What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 5 of SDS season 11. This video is coming out a day late because I had no air conditioning, and the room that I recorded is, well, it was like very hot, and I didn't really see the point in recording if I felt like I was dying every time I walked in here. And actually, just the whole house was fucking hot, and I didn't have the energy to do anything. But now we got air conditioning back. I feel much better after my nap, which I believe my nap ended up being longer than intended, and I didn't sleep much last night. So awesome. We're just like so healthy right now. So anyways, we got 7 games to watch. Unfortunately, Power Fable had to drop, but Jamesy ended up replacing him, and we will probably see a game between him and Heister at some point this week, so I might end up recording that. So anyway, yeah, it's just been a very fucking chaotic weekend for me. And that's not even just losing water and air conditioning on the hottest day of the fucking year, by the way. So anyways, our first game, we have Sacred Ash versus Unibunny. We got Ghastly, Squirtle, Sandile, Growlithe, Helioptile, and Hoot Hoot versus Ponyta, Stunky, Timber, Swirlix, and Snivy, and Venonat. They're gonna lead Sandile into the Stunky. We're gonna see Taunt. EQ into the Sash. Sash Stunky is interesting. Looks like we're just using Stunky to sack. Stunky would have been great for Ghastly, but I guess maybe he has some other mon for Ghastly. Maybe Venonat can handle it. Or Terra Snivy. I forgot what the Terra and the Snivy was. I wasn't looking. We're gonna see Leaf Storm. They did quite a lot. I wonder how damage rolls work here. We're gonna get paralyzed. Terra Grass, Leaf Storm. Interesting, so we're just Terra Grass. Ghastly is looking like hella Sash, and it's faster, so you have to kind of switch out the Snivy. Sleep Powder. Why Terra Grass and not, I guess maybe you didn't have Terra Blast on the set, or I didn't want to fit it. But I think Terra Blast Stellar would have been okay. I don't know. Thunderbolt will knock out the Venonat. Leaf Storm into the Ghastly again. Sludge Wave will knock out Snivy. Yeah, we didn't really have a switch in, huh? I feel like Snivy could have, like, won this game if we had just, like, sacked something and then tried to knock out the Ghastly. I guess there's too many sacks. Sacred Ash would have just sacked something, brought in Ghastly, click Sludge Wave. As long as he kept Sandile or whoever he needed, Squirtle for Ponyta, maybe. Ponyta will knock out the Sandile Flare Blitz. And Squirtle will come in. High horsepower, doesn't do much. It looks like it's a Violite. Flip turn into Ghastly. Sludge Wave. Oh, is this Scarf? It's either Scarf or Uni, like, fucked up the EVs, maybe. Swirlix will come in on the Psychic thing. So it did quite a bit. Flare Blitz doesn't knock it out. We see, ooh, Calm Mind. Custat, maybe? Nope. I believe Poison might knock it out, though. Yep. Now it's just Timber versus the World. Terra Poison, Terra Blast. Doesn't do too much. Drain Punch also doesn't do much back. It's funny seeing a poisoned mon go Terra Poison. Drain Punch, all that health back. Terra Blast. This game is so interesting. Swirl's just so tanky. Interesting to not see, like, Shell Smash, but maybe people are just working around the Shell Smash and maybe it's like not that bad. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that would be a good game for Sacred Ash, and Honey Bunny loses once more, I suppose. I think he's now 3-2. Sacred Ash might also be 3-2, so standings are kind of evening out a little bit. Next up, we have me versus Logan. On my side, I have the Volibee, Ponyta, Sandshrew, Skrelp, Surskit, Lileep. On his side, he has Mienfoo, Marini, Gible, Carvanha, Solosis, and Gumi. I lead with Ponyta as he leads Gible. I thought he'd Terrasilize here, so I had high horsepower. He goes back up to full with Berry Juice. Now he Terra Steals, and I get the play wrong again. So unfortunately, Ponyta just does not get a KO because Iron Head will knock it out. If I had just predicted once correctly, this thing would have been dead. Unfortunately for me. So Ponyta will continue to not do anything. Here I click Pounce because I don't want it to Scale Shot. I actually kind of lost the game like on sight if this thing had Scale Shot. So I'm gonna get up Sticky Web. I'm pretty convinced he doesn't have Scale Shot at this point. And now that he's a little bit slower, I can go knock it out with Sandshrew. Gible's gonna go down. Now Carvanha's gonna come in. Carvanha, I have a pretty calibrated switch in Lileep for. And Lileep will be able to Terra Fairy on the Ice Fang. Believe I just Giga Drain, yeah. Giga Drain most of my health back. Marini's gonna come in now. Skrelp will come in on the Marini, which will take the Sludge Bomb, no problem. Thunderbolt's gonna do quite a lot, as we see Toxic Spike go up. Then we'll see Gumi come in on the Scald. I think Gumi might be a Violate, because I feel like that didn't do a lot. I also felt like I didn't really have a switch in, so I just kept in Skrelp here. I believe now, yeah, I just killed with Sludge Bomb. I thought about Flip turning out, but I didn't want to risk not killing it. Solstice is going to come in now. Flip turn is going to do quite a lot, but it's pretty free Volibee. For some reason, it's leftovers. Again, please don't run leftovers on these things. I don't think like the 1 HP is worth it, but I guess if you think it's worth it, maybe, but I think Berry Juice would have been better. Knockoff will knock out the Marini. Mienfoo's gonna come in. He's gonna Fake Out. Unfortunately, I don't think I am weak armor, so I don't get the defense drop. So Brave Bird will be able to knock it out. And then Solosis is gonna come in, and Knockoff will knock it out. And that'll be GG's to Logan Sturgeon. After getting 6-0'd last week, I'll take this. I will take it. Unfortunately for Sturgeon, I believe he needs to win out the rest of the season in order to make playoffs, but it can be done. And his team is like surprisingly scary. It's just kind of slow from what I've noticed. Like if you have a Mon that kind of just outspeeds it, then you really don't have to worry about anything. Next up we have Odie versus Dedanly. Are we just getting like everything? No, this was not Sky Pillar. I thought everything was going to be like fucking Sky Pillar here. We're going to have Dreepy, Magnemite, Trubbish, Piplup, Mincino, and Cutiefly versus the Staryu, Voltorb, Voltorb, Hisui, Terra, Tyrant, Mudbray, Charmander, and Doduo. A lot of like color coordination on this side. A lot of browns and like oranges and reds. So we're going to see Trubbish lead into Voltorb, Hisui. Voltorb's going to Terra Ground immediately. Going to click Terra Blast. Is going to knock out the Trubbish. Trubbish was faster. Was it Scarf T-Spike? That's crazy. Dreepy's going to come in. I guess maybe he just want to guarantee a T-Spike went up. Terra Blast and a Dreepy. Doesn't knock it out. We get the Berry Juice back, and we get the Curse. Doduo's gonna come in. Dreepy's gonna Protect. We're gonna Curse again, knock ourselves out, and kind of curse that Doduo. Mincino's gonna come in, we're gonna Tail Slap. Berry Juice will happen. Doduo does get knocked out by 3. And we see Shiny Staryu come in. Shiny Staryu actually looks kind of cool. I thought it was green. Or I don't remember Shiny Staryu looking like that. That's really cool looking though. We're gonna see the Bullet Seed. So we do get off the Rapid Spin. Oh, we don't knock it out. We're not Skill Link, we're Technician. Tidy up. Are we gonna be faster? Oh, the Mirror Herb. I don't think the Mirror Herb really mattered because Staryu would have been faster because of the spin, but interesting. Looks like, oh, Odie ran the wrong ability again. Jesus, are we Cute Charm? We must be Cute Charm. Only hit twice. If it was Technician though, then if it was Skill Link and this was actually Technician, this probably wouldn't have died. Cutiefly is gonna come in. Charmander, we're gonna see the Quiver Dance. Powder. I have not seen anyone use Powder. Ancient Power. Ooh. Ancient Power, the boost. No boost. Oh, but we have the red card. That's interesting. Yeah, and look at those. Oh, one was a critical hit. I was gonna say, look at those fucking rolls. Oh my god. Dragon Dance, Skull does knock out the Tyrant. Why do we DD there? I don't know. Volt Switch will knock out the Piplup. Mudbray is gonna come in on the Cutiefly. I think Mudbray might have Heavy Slam. Yep. And I believe Mudbray will just knock out the Magnemite from there. Flash Cannon doesn't really do too much. Heavy Slam. Maybe we were just trying to break the Sturdy without activating like a Berry Juice. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess that's smart. You want a Heavy Slam before EQ so you don't activate Berry Juice twice. And then you can preserve the differential. Powder was a really good bring for the Charmander. I think that was a really cool idea. So next up we have Shopping Cart versus Log Monster. We're gonna have Nimble. Is Nimble... Was this like a new animation for Showdown? Maybe it's not, but for some reason I just remember it having like the Gen 9 sprite. We're gonna have Houndour, Baltoy, Coughing, Kabuto, and Spheal versus Grookey, Magby, Corpfish, Crabrawler, Woobat, and Tarantula. How does Woobat win this week? I don't know. Looks like Woobat is Terra Ghost. We're gonna see Baltoy lead into Tarantula. I'm gonna get up Stealth Rock, Psyshock. That's kind of a lot. Oh wait, are we gonna finally have someone that doesn't let... Oh wait, are they speed tying? That's so funny. Yeah, I guess maybe they speed tied. I was gonna say, are we finally gonna have like no fucking Sticky Web go up? Power Up Punch will knock out Baltoy. Free Power Up Punch. I wonder if he did that on purpose, like he didn't want to kill Baltoy on purpose. Brick Break into the Focus Sash. We do get the Weak Armor and the Hone Claws. Uh-oh. Aqua Jet does knock out Magby. I believe you can just Grassy Glide here though. Or Fake Out. Yeah, and Kabuto goes down. Nimble will come in. You turned it a lot, but we have the Berry Juice, which helps him go back up to full. Knock off the Violate. Knock off again into Flamethrower. I think if you had a poison move here, there's no reason to not click poison move. Maybe you don't have offensive poison move. What is Log's steel type? Does he have a steel type? I feel like you would just run poison move. Calm Mind's gonna do a lot. You see a T-Bolt. Substitute into Taunt. Store Power. I believe the game might just kind of be over though. Nimble is going to come in. Sucker Punch will break the sub. Stored power does not got Nimble because Nimble is not a dark type. Houndour will come in. Air Slash. No flinch. Flame Charge did absolutely nothing. But is Houndour faster? No, I believe they speed tied. I guess that kind of sucks for shopping cart. But I think at that point, I don't think Sfeel would have 1v1 Corphish and Crabrawler. So, yeah, that'll be GG's for Log. I believe right now he might be on top, unless there's still someone undefeated. I think the Danley is still undefeated. Next up, we have a Basha versus Fletch. We have Fennekin, Kufant, Diglett, Drifloon, Skidoo, and Farfetch'd Galar. Remember, if y'all want your Skidoo in Pokemon Go, make sure you play Pokemon Go this upcoming weekend. On the other side, we have Frillish, Grimer, Axew, Turtwig, Joltik, and Ralts. We'll see lead Skidoo into Turtwig. Bulk up into Stealth Rock. So it looks like we're kind of straying away from running the Shell Smash. People aren't as keen to bringing Shell Smash. Also, why the fuck would you stay in on Joltik there? Get some use out of the Kufant though. That's nice. I feel like Kufant has seemed a little bit underrated. So is Kaparaja. I feel like they're kind of underrated as like offensive steals. We're gonna see Calm Mind, Drifloon, and Sub into Knockoff. Are we just trying to Sub to activate? Yeah, Berry Juice. Knockoff again. Shadow Ball. That did nothing. And Knockoff still killed. That's crazy. Maybe we didn't have a switch into Grimer. EQ's not going to do too much to Turtwig, and it's going to activate the Berry Juice. Fennekin's going to come in on the Earth Power. I didn't know that Turtwig got Earth Power. I thought when I checked it didn't actually get Earth Power. Grass plus Ground is a little bit hard to switch in on. I guess Flying's can, but I feel like Turtwig might get a Rock move. Maybe it's a Rock move it doesn't get. Wisp. Now Turtwig can't, or Kufant can't really do much. We're gonna see Whirlwind. Iron Head into probably Earth Power. Doesn't knock out the Kufant, but the Burn will. Farfetch'd will come in now. We'll see close combat. We'll knock out the Turtwig. Are we gonna fall for the? Ooh, are we falling for it, or is Frillish just faster? Oh, it's Terra Frillish. Scald. Doesn't knock out Farfetch'd, actually. CP Jab. Does knock out Frillish. I thought we were going to see the Scrappy into Ghost type. EQ knocks out the Ralts. We see Axew come in now. First Impression doesn't do much. We're also not Tangling Hair on Diglett. Joltik will come in. Joltik does have Sucker Punch, so will outspeed the Diglett and pick up the win. Kind of forget that this thing gets Sucker Punch, but it did kind of win him the game there, because I think Diglett would have just clicked Earthquake and killed it otherwise. So nice bring by Fletch. Next up we have Chickadee versus Luca. With the Poniard, Wingull, Toadscool, Snubbull, Dratini, and Voltorb versus Pineco, Growlithe, Krogunk, Swinub, Zorua, and Porygon. Now I'm going to see the Toadscool lead into Krogunk, but we want to switch out because we want to preserve Toadscool. Krogunk is Zorua at quick U-turn. Krogunk disguising as Zorua, like, this is a very classic combo, I feel. EQ. I don't really know why Snubbull gets fucking Earthquake. Try attack. Knock off into the Swinub will kill it. Pineco's gonna come in on the knockoff. Pineco does get reversal. That's a really cool move. You're gonna see the Dragon Dance, Drill Run. Oh my god, that did a lot. We have the Scale Shot here. Does kill the Pineco. Pineco's actually been doing pretty good for Luca, I feel. At least every time I feel like I see the Pineco. Scale Shot. Does knock out the Zorua. Is Dratini just gonna win here, or... Scale Shot. You have to hit 4. Is this, maybe this is, the item that I can't think of. Loaded dice. Yeah, this is hella looking loaded dice. Yeah, Dratini just kind of won. I think Dratini was a little bit of an oversight for tiering, maybe. Maybe this will have to be higher next time we play Little Cup, if we play Little Cup. I would love to play Little Cup again, but I don't think others would. And I think next season I am just going to do like normal. But we'll have to discuss what people think about doing a normal season or waiting for Legends ZA to come out. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards doing another season, but that's because I have a lot of time on my hands for now. Don't know how long that'll last though, but perhaps we'll do another season before ZA. Next up we have John versus Wisdom. They played this on a Monday, so they actually played this like a little bit late, but it's fine. At least they played... so we have the Abra, Vulpix, Onix, Diglett, Lickitung, and Bramblin versus Shellos, Meowth, Alola, Ferroseed, Makuhita, Yamask, and Drillbur. So we're going to have Abra lead into Ferroseed. Abra does not get a fire move, but we are going to trick a Sticky Barb. And also get screwed by Rocky Helmet and Sticky Barb. That's kind of a lot. Seed Bomb will take Onix to Sturdy, but we're going to have the Berry Juice. And EQ should probably be able to knock it out. But Yama's going to come in, though. We're going to probably see a Wisp, if I had to guess. Berry Juice. Toxic. And probably like a Hex. Trick Room. Okay, yeah, John's team is really fast, so Trick Room is a good bring. We're going to see Hex into the Lickitung, though. But getting off a Toxic is nice. We'll see Ferroseed come in on the Thunderbolt. It looks like Ferroseed will get like a turn of glory before it dies. Protect. Oh, but we get up rocks. We were very smart there. Good job, Wisdom. We're going to preserve Ferroseed. I guess we want to preserve it in case we want to switch in on like a physical attack from something. Bramblin's going to come in on the Drillbur. Rock Slide doesn't do too much, but it looks like we might be able to get off the spin. Ooh, we have Strength Sap. And Sticky Barb knocks out... Oof. Meowth is going to come in, though. We're going to see a Snarl. Snarl's going to miss. Are we, like, Technician Meowth? Oh, yeah, I guess Technician is, like, the best ability on the Meowth, probably. Drillbur's going to come in on the EQ. Speed Tie? Yeah. We are going to block the spin, but Power Whip will knock it out. See Mummy get rid of Infiltrator. Infiltrator, not... But it won't tell me now. Does regular Bramblin get Wind Rider? I don't know. Blizzard. Doesn't do much to Shellos, so we're going to see a Freeze Dry. No Freeze Dry. We're going to see a Recover. There's the Freeze Dry. Oh, it just does nothing. Gotcha. You probably just Recover again then. Yeah, it looks like you just kind of recover until the until the Vulpix dies. Bramblin's pretty free though. No, we go why Diglett? SD with the Veil. Burn. No burn. We're gonna tear ground EQ. That does knock out Shellos. Ooh, that's kind of crazy. Is Drillbur Scarf? Okay, Drillbur, yeah, it's Scarf. That's fair. Shadow Claw, but we're Scarf, so yeah, Lickitung is pretty free. Makuhita can come in, though, on the Wish. Protect. It looks like Makuhita might just kind of clean up this endgame, though. We do see the knockoff for the Violite. T-Bolt doesn't do much. Must be like a Violite on the Makuhita, maybe. We'll see Drain Punch. We'll knock out Lickitung and bring Makuhita back up to full, pretty much. We're going to see Terra Dark on the Power Whip. That does a lot, but knockoff will be enough to knock out Bramblin. And that'll be the end of all the games this week. I guess we kind of speed ran all that stuff. I don't believe there's another game to watch. I could have maybe put on Power Fable versus Odie, but I feel like keeping this a little bit short. So checking the standings now. Standings, yeah, we still have the Danley at number 1. Might be a little bit hard to read, but we have the Danley at 1, Log at 2, Chickadee at 3, Fletch at 4. Then we have Unny Bunny at 5, Sacred Ash at 6, me at 7, Bashta at 8. Interesting, actually. A 2-3 at 8. It's pretty interesting, but I think that might have to do with... No, because the two people that didn't play are 1-3. So the most they could be is 2-3. Interesting. Yeah, and we have quite the negative differential in the bottom, like 10 coaches, because the top 6 are just kind of like winning by a lot. 4 coaches that are plus or over 10, so that's quite a bit. Our kill board is looking kind of the same. We have Woobat on top, Porygon as to be expected, Pawniard, Vullaby. They've kind of been there. I think Vullaby kind of fell a little bit last week, but it got 3 this week. Dratini's making its way up, and Doduo's still up here. We still have Turtwig, Swirlix, Mudbray, Growlithe. So kind of what we expected. Drillbur, I think, claimed a few this week, so Drillbur's kind of working its way up a little bit. I feel like Furlish is lower than I expected it to be. I thought Furlish might have been doing more work. Yeah, it's looking pretty standard, though. I feel like I don't see anything, like, super, super crazy. I feel like Woobat, like, it's just one of those mons where, like, it kills an entire team or it doesn't. That's just kind of, like, how it works. We are going to welcome Jamesy to the squad of Season 11 coaches. He made these transactions. I believe he will be using them for his Week 5 game, like his Makeup Week 5 game, and probably his Week 6 game versus Shopping Cart. I doubt Shopping Cart has probably, like, built yet, because it's, like, Monday, but, yeah, these trades will be legal for this week, though. If Power Fable dropped yesterday, Jamesy would have been able to submit this early, and I don't feel like making Jamesy play 2 games without his team. But, yeah, this will be, I think, like, his 3rd draft, so I think he's made an interesting team here. I'm interested to see how it goes using Sun. Oh, and, fuck. His other Terra, I think, is Quaxley. Is that right? Did I do it right? Is it Quaxley? Quaxley and Riolu. Okay. Let's in. Transactions are now closed, so everyone's team is now locked as of now. Kind of surprised with the direction some people like went with their teams. Maybe not, but I've definitely started to enjoy watching some of these teams. A lot of them are seeming like pretty cohesive with the game plans. We have teams that kind of value like the sticky webs, like Log's team and like my team. Log's making a lot of usage out of that 4-point Tarantula. I feel like I haven't even seen him use Sandygast or Glimmet. That's crazy. His team is just really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he won chip with that. Some of these other teams I think are pretty solid. Oh yeah, the Dupiter team, also a decent web team. And then we have like the two teams with like Voltorb and like a fast Topmon like the Staryu. Yeah, I forgot kind of where I place everyone in PRs, but I feel like I've been pretty accurate like so far. Anybody hasn't even really used Clamp Roll either, I just noticed. But yeah, next week will be week 6, and that'll probably be going up on Sunday, hopefully, as long as my life doesn't kick my ass again like it did this week. And yeah, I will see you guys then. Thank you.